In these past few weeks and months, the world has completely changed. From the global COVID pandemic to social and civil unrest, the class of 2023 stands in solidarity with all those who have been impacted, and we would love to share this message with you. Thank you.
An ally is a person who takes action against prejudice and discrimination to create a more inclusive environment in support of members of another group.
Listening to the voices of members of our Black communities and reflecting on any unconscious biases that you might have is a great first step to demonstrate that you are a true ally in the fight to end racism.
Because all of us can exist in these very different social media bubbles, I think one important thing allies can do is to confront and correct misinformation and ignorance when they encounter it. You can also make a big difference by seeking out and patronizing minority-owned businesses in your own communities.
The answer to both of these is complex and complicated. It starts with the desire to be willing to educate others about the effects of racism, the willingness to learn, the willingness to have deep, possibly uncomfortable dialogue, the willingness to be vulnerable. Educating oneself about racism means being open to your fellow man and embracing our common struggles more than our differences.
To further educate ourselves on race, we can read books centered around the experiences of those who've lived through it, like Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Or we can watch light documentaries, like A Conversation with Black Women on Race from the OpDoc series on YouTube. Above all, we can listen to the marginalized voices when they speak out about these experiences.
Racism decreases the ability for educational opportunities and attainment, decreases overall opportunities, decreases life expectancy, and increases health disparities in the community.
Physicians take an oath to treat all patients equally, but that's not happening in our country right now. In order to fight racism and discrimination, it's important for all healthcare workers to understand how implicit biases can harm the people we're trying to help. It's important to change these individual biases in order to provide the best quality of care to patients. Health is a human right, and it's our job to make sure that everyone's treated equally.
You can help by donating to organizations like the Bail Project, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, or the Equal Justice Initiative. You can look for the Black-owned businesses near you and help keep them going during this time. You can volunteer your time by providing masks, meals, or water to people at rallies, and you can donate to local food banks. You can sign petitions which support the movement, and when possible, you can vote.
When attending a protest, it's important to take necessary precautions to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Wash your hands before and after attending the protest, carry hand sanitizer with you if you can, and most importantly, wear a mask to cover your nose and mouth.
I feel significantly impacted by COVID-19, the death of George Floyd, or the subsequent protests, and you feel you need someone to speak to about your feelings, do not hesitate to contact SIU Counseling and Psychological Services or Dr. Christy Hamilton, because this SIU School of Medicine, we're all in this together.
SIU School of Medicine has started a White Coats for Black Lives chapter and has worked to schedule various events such as virtual town hall meetings, marches, and scholarships to show support for our students, faculty, and community. SIU School of Medicine has also reinstated its vow to be an anti-racist organization, which we will do while also spreading awareness and ultimately fighting to end racism.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives.
Black Lives.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives.
Black Lives.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives.
Black Lives.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black students matter.
Black Haitians matter.
All Black Lives Matter.
We are all Americans, but more importantly, we are all humans.